River is an inspired and focused digital agency. We focus on working with all things digital. Today River has become not a production company as much as a company that can also bring the insight and the concept work and all that. The unique thing I think that we can bring when we can kind of marry our talent in this house is that we can really do everything that game developers don't like to do. They might need a marketing campaign, some sort of social layer, and they want help with UI, design, and implementation. And in the few times that we've gotten to do all three of them is the times when it's become really successful.
Almost every one of us is a hardcore gamer here in this company. We always had game around us. And we saw that if we actually can get as close as possible to the games, we would of course understand the product so much better. But of course we wasn't game developers, so we couldn't help them develop games. We wanted to, but we can't. We don't have that knowledge. But when we heard about Scaleform and that being Flash-based, we just saw that great potential to actually reach out to these companies, because we worked with Flash several years and we have this great experience in it. When we realized that actually most of the UIs out there was Flash-based, that is our entry. That is something we can do and help them with.
Game developers, they really do want to focus on developing games. That's their core. Everything else is just basically a pain in the ass. That's where we come in, because we have a passion for taking a product to the market, making sure that the interaction design is really well done. There's so much things that can bring a good game down.
If the UI is clunky, if it's not working correctly, that's going to affect the experience of what the game is. For us, that is the perfect match, because user interface is something we've been working with for years.
It started off with DICE back in 2006 for Battlefield Heroes. When that was starting to be built, there was a lot of web front end that was needed, and it kind of developed naturally into the fact that they started asking us, well, you know, potentially you could help out with the UI in the game as well, and from there on it kind of almost snowballed for us.
Scaleform comes kind of natural to us. We make these concepts and prototypes that we easily can just integrate into the game's UIs, the game menus, directly. So that process is really simple and easy. When we develop a UI, we just make a mock-up of how we see it and how we see the structure of the UI. We make that structure in Flash, we publish it with Scaleform, and we try this on user groups, and we do the eye tracking and see what's working and not working. If we see something that is not right enough for us, the focus group is not looking at what we want them to look at, we can just really quickly change all this. We can change colors, shapes, the angles, even 3D angles, and see if it works or not. And we can do it with Scaleform. And that process helps us to improve the product really early on, so we don't need to make that mistakes down the line when it's actually almost too late. We like to see ourselves as the forefront of the digital evolution, sort of. It's big words, but we really try to be on the edge of what's happening and what's the new trends in the digital area. CCP is a great new client of us in the gaming industry. And we came in contact with them because we knew they were working on something great. Dust 514 is a PS3 exclusive title that is connected to a MMO game. To connect that universe, one universe, into consoles and PC, that is just something that we think is amazing. It's a vision that we want to be part of. So the challenge in the beginning was to find a UI that actually could balance these two target groups and make the UI as good as possible for each of them. We really want to try to push the envelope when we come to the UI. And Scaleform gave us the tool to do that. It's cliche to say, but we are like a family here.
We just aim to, when we are happy and sleep good at night, is when we can bring genuine value to our clients.
I feel that I'm a part of something greater, something that no other agency has been part of before. That's a big reward for us, almost reward enough actually. We don't tell the client that.